Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series, and this will be the 26th episode of the series. And before we get into anything, I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the last episode, and from this episode onwards I'm going to be trying to speed up the series a bit more and get a bit more action into each episode. Following on from the last episode, we have two contract offers accepted here from Ousmane Dembele and also Hector Bellerin, and at the end of last episode I did have a poll asking if we should sign Hector Bellerin, Ousmane Dembele, or alternatively signing both of them, because with our budget at the moment we can certainly afford to do that. We are overpaying slightly for Ousmane Dembele and Hector Bellerin respectively, but both of them are very good players and they're players that you guys want me to sign. With so many recent transfers from Borussia Dortmund to Bayern Munich, Dembele is going to be the latest of those sort of players to transfer to a rival, and although this deal isn't entirely realistic, it's certainly possible with Bayern's tendency to buy Dortmund players. So we are going to go ahead and sign up Dembele, and as well as that we are going to go ahead and sign Hector Bellerin from Arsenal. Elsid Haysaj is going the other way, which is a bit of a shame, but this is a deal that a lot of you guys did want, especially from the first season when we had the choice of signing Bellerin as well. And looking at Hector Bellerin, I've actually never used him on career mode before, so this is going to be a first for me. Of course we know how much of a good player he is on career mode. He's always been one of those players that's very good to sign, but that 95 pace is really going to come in handy at that right back position, especially with Lahm getting on a bit and not really having the physicality. We have overspent slightly on getting Hector Bellerin, but I'm hoping that he is going to grow this season. Looking at Ousmane Dembele as well, not really what I was hoping for. I was hoping he'd be a little bit better, but still is looking like a very good young talent. He's currently 79 overall at the age of 20, and he's looking like a very good player already. His technical attributes overall do need a bit of work, such as his crossing and his passing, but his finishing and dribbling and ball control already at this age is just exquisite. He's not the strongest as well, but I think he could be a very good addition for us, and he's going to be a very good young player for the future. He's got the ability to play out wide, but also through the middle as well as a central attacking midfielder. Well, we may have just signed some really good players there, but unfortunately we've got some bad news as we go into the player conversations here. Manuel Neuer has decided he wants to be transfer listed as soon as possible. Man, that really does suck. Wow. I honestly wasn't expecting that. That really has changed quite a lot of my transfer plans. I mean, I had no idea he was unhappy. I can try and offer him a new contract, but it looks like he's going to be leaving the club. I just think losing the best goalkeeper in the world is not really going to help us in our position this season. I can try and offer him a bumper contract. I'm not really too sure what that will do for him, but we can try it anyway. Okay, so we can't actually offer him a contract. So the only thing that I can think of doing to keep him at the club is loan list him for a short-term loan. I don't know if anyone's going to want to take him on loan in the first place anyway, because his wages are pretty high, but we'll give it a go because that's really the only thing we've got going for us at the moment. If we don't loan him out, that's going to really suck, because we are going to lose out a lot of money on selling him, because the board will just sell him for below his valuation. So we do have a transfer offer here straight away for Manuel Neuer. Luckily Chelsea have come in for him, and we are going to be sending him out on a short-term loan and recalling him straight away. And this is a bit of a trick that I'm going to give you guys. If you ever have a player that wants to leave in your career mode and you really desperately want to keep him, try loaning him out if that's possible. It's a bit silly that you can just loan out a player, recall them, and their mindset just completely changes, but then again it is FIFA. But I wasn't going to be losing Neuer unless I could help it. If we did end up selling him via the board selling him, then we could have easily got someone like Courtois. But I think it's fair to say that Manuel Neuer is adored by Bayern fans, so I think we've done well in keeping him there. Chelsea took Neuer for a day, and now they're interested in taking Hummels on a permanent deal. Like I said to PSG though, unless we get 71.5 million, I'm not going to be selling him. Holy crap. Oh my god. I forgot about this counter offer from the last episode, but I remember it now. I've just... 82 million for Mats Hummels. I mean, Chelsea aren't even willing to pay 72, let alone 82. I said that I didn't want to sell him, but you look at his valuation at the moment, 35.5 million, and we're selling him for 80. And the chief executive is saying if we can get up to 56.5 million or 56.9 million for him, then that's a good deal. But we're selling him for 82 million. That's unbelievable. And that really has changed a lot of my plans now, because it does mean that I'm going to have to try and find a new centre-back. Having had a little look around, there's 3 main targets that I'm looking for the centre-back position if Hummels does leave. One of those players being Rafael Varane from Real Madrid, probably my first choice target. I reckon we could probably get him for about 50 million euros, maybe a little bit more than that, but I think he would be a solid replacement. Mustafi from Arsenal is another player that I could potentially go for. He'd be a bit cheaper than Varane and doesn't really have as much potential. But keeping with that German contingency theme, I think he would be a good signing if we can get him. And as the final player and final option at centre-back, we do have Aymeric Laporte. A very popular option amongst the career mode community. I'm not really too sure if I'd be keen on signing him because he is signed quite frequently. But he does fit the bill of a high potential player for the future that's already good enough to fill in Hummels' place. And for the time being, those are the 3 players that I'm going to be going in for. I'm genuinely astonished by that. I am honestly just how has that happened? I do not know. We have managed to get 82 million out of Mats Hummels. That is unbelievable. I mean, PSG were already completely off their nut when they signed David Luiz for about 50 million. And now they've gone ahead and splashed 82 million on Mats Hummels. I'm just genuinely astonished by that deal, but it does mean now that we're going to have to find a replacement quite quickly. Unfortunately for the 3 centre-backs we're going in for, all of the deals are unacceptable. For Rafael Varane, they want 86 million. Wow, okay then, just calm down, Real Madrid, calm down. I don't really want to go more than 70 million for Rafael Varane. Hopefully they're willing to accept this one. And the same really goes for Mustafi as well. I don't really want to be spending over the odds to sign him. For Aymeric Laporte, the same really does apply because I don't want to be overpaying the odds just to get this player. I'm saying that after we've just made 82 million on Mats Hummels, but I just don't want to be overpaying the odds. I'm happy to pay 20 million over their valuation, but I'm not really willing to pay PSG sort of money for these centre-backs. I want to get the right deal for the right player. And literally just a day later, we've got 2 transfer offers accepted. One of them being for Rafael Varane here. We're paying 70 million for him, which isn't really too bad considering his potential. We'll go ahead and offer him a contract, a 5-year deal, 220 grand a week. Hopefully it's accepted. And for Aymeric Laporte, we're going to go ahead and offer a similar amount. Obviously the wages are a lot less though because he's playing for Athletic Bilbao. For Mustafi though, it looks like Arsenal aren't really going to budge. I will put in one final offer of 55 million, but that will be my final offer for him, because in the meantime here we are going to be playing our first Bundesliga game of the season against Augsburg. A very important fixture to kick off the Bundesliga season, and we do need to make sure we get a win in this one. Although I am going to make one change by putting Manuel Neuer in goal. Sorry Donnarumma, we've just got to go with the big guns for this one. Unfortunately for us, Nicolas Süle is currently injured, so we are going to be using Benatia at centre back. It's not really ideal playing Benatia, but hopefully soon we will get a good centre-back replacement in for Hummels. And here we go into the first Bundesliga fixture of the season against Augsburg. It's going to be a very important test for us, but hopefully we can come out on top. I think more than anything, it's just about making sure my finishing is on point and that I'm playing well enough against the AI, because I know I haven't played against them in quite a while. Right, it's Thiago inside to Draxler. It's Kimmich holding off the ball very well off the defender, and he's going to go through and have a shot. And Kimmich already 7 minutes into the game has made it 1-0 here for Bayern Munich. Literally our first chance on goal, and we've ended up scoring from it, and it's a really good bit of play there from Kimmich holding up the ball. And of course it's that ever so reliable overpowered cross-body shot that does come true. And Joshua Kimmich gets us underway for the season with the first goal for us scored. It's now going to be played forward up here to Lewandowski in a good position. What can we do now? Try and get the ball into the middle. It's Royce up here to Thiago, doing well to get around the defender and have a shot. And it's a really good finish to make it 2-0, and that's literally our second shot on goal. It's unbelievable scenes here, and once again, I'm being very clinical with my chances in this game so far. It's both of our central midfielders that get on the score sheet, Thiago and Kimmich, doing very well for themselves. It might be a bit premature saying this, but hopefully we can keep up our clinical finishing, because that really did hurt us last season. So far, so good in this game then at half-time. We've been very good, very clinical with our chances. Literally having about 3 or 4 shots on goal, as you can see there, scoring 2 of them. We've done very well. We're dominating possession, we're having good passing accuracy, and that's a really good sign going into this second half. Oh my god. Wow, that came out of completely nowhere then. They've just won the ball back there off the edge of the area. And I believe that's the Korean midfielder Chol, who ends up scoring an absolute banger there. Really, really good strike from the Korean. And no goalkeeper in the world is stopping that one. Not even Neuer is going to be saving that one. That's a really good effort. And out of completely nothing, Augsburg have a route back into the game and our clean sheet is gone. And now Draxler here to Royce. Trying to run inside. He's done very well. Could have gone for the low-driven shot there. But we'll play it inside instead. Here to Bale. What a miss. My god. I tried to go over the low-driven shot and he's just blazed it over the bar. I don't know why he's done that because I tapped B twice. Not doing that. I want a low-driven shot, not a blaze over the bar Bobby Zamora style. Now it's back out for Alaba. Playing it into Kimmich again. Here to Julian Draxler. Going for a shot. And it's a really good effort. But unfortunately just wide. Now it's Kimmich played forward for Thiago. Here to Marco Reus with the low-driven shot. And it's somehow saved. I do not know how. I thought that was for certain going to be a goal for Marco Reus to make it 3-1. But unfortunately it's a good save by the keeper. A corner that we could exploit though. And we're going to whip this one into the middle with quite a bit of power here. With Costa off the bench. And Reus goes for a header. And it's saved again. No. I just want that 2-goal cushion more than anything. I just want to secure this victory and unfortunately we keep getting denied by the keeper. So in the end it's going to be a 2-1 win here for us in the Bundesliga, the first game of the season, and it's the perfect start for us. And you look at the stats as well and we definitely deserve the win. We could have easily won by 3 or 4 goals, but my finishing in the second half wasn't as good as it was in the first. And after that game we do see here that we have 2 contract offers accepted straight away and also a transfer offer accepted. I'll be leaving those contract offers for the time being and just give him Mustafi a contract. That way we can have 3 contract offers accepted and for the next episode we can decide which player that we want to sign. We do have 2 transfer offers though for 2 players here, one for Henriks and it's going to be a short-term loan deal and I am going to go ahead and accept this one so I can boost his potential. And we also have a transfer offer here for Renato Sanchez, but he's not a player that I'm going to be selling at all. So this is probably where I'm going to be ending off this episode. We have 3 contract offers accepted here and as I've done with all the signings so far this season, I'm going to be letting you guys decide who we sign. Looking at all the deals that we have to accept here, we've got Mustafi for 55 million. We've also got Laporte for the same price tag of 55 million. And then we've got Raphael Varane, who is by far the most expensive at 70 million and 220 on the wages. I'm going to be leaving a poll in the top right corner so you guys can vote on which player you think we should sign, either Varane, Laporte or Mustafi. I'd say the most realistic player of all of them would be Mustafi, but then again, Laporte and Varane are very viable options. Make sure you cast your vote in the top right corner and whichever player does end up winning will be the player that I'll sign. But this is where we will be ending off this episode of this career mode and hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you have enjoyed this episode of this career mode, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you are new around here as well, make sure you do subscribe. In the next episode, we have a really big decision to be making as to which player we should be signing to replace Mats Hummels. I'm sure you guys will make the right decision on that one by voting in the poll. And we're also going to be having transfer deadline day, which will be an interesting one as well. If there's any other players that you think we should be signing, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But apart from that guys, I'm going to have to leave it there and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.